Beauty Tribe, it is your girl Naja, and I am back with another video. Sorry if my hair is looking crazy. I'm giving you guys like messy bun realness right now. I like took my hair out of the cornrows I had it in because your girl my hair needed to breathe, okay? I've been doing a lot of promotional videos for these companies and my hair needs to breathe. I just wanted to feel my damn scalp, okay? So sorry, I know I got some straggly flyaways, but I just thought it looked really cute in the moment when I put the bun up, but now that I'm on camera, I'm like, this kind of looks weird. And I might just go ahead and take these glasses off. Yeah, those glasses need to come off. This is going to be a story time video from my call center series with Ratchet Corp. And I did go ahead and I numbered these story times in order because I am telling these experiences in order of when they happened from when I worked there. I worked at this company for 3 years and I'm still like in the first year of things that have happened, okay? So if you guys do want to follow along and you want to know who is who and what is what, go ahead and watch these stories in order, okay? So if you're new to this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a big, did I even say subscribe button correctly? I haven't recorded in a minute, y'all. I've been like on vacay and y'all don't even know, like, because my family just came down here from Brooklyn, so like all of my time has just been like consumed with my baby cousin and everything. So yeah, I've kind of been on vacay. Sorry, not sorry, really sorry, I don't know. Hit that subscribe button so that you can be kept up to date with me. If you guys are not getting notifications, again, I don't want to like keep saying this, but I'm pretty sure if you've watched my videos, you know, follow me on Twitter and set your notifications up there, because I literally, when I post to YouTube and I make it public, it's going to post directly to my Twitter, and a lot of people have been telling me they've been getting notified from Twitter before YouTube hits them up, so that might be something that you want to do, okay? Not forcing you, but it might be something you want to do. Give me a big thumbs up, because it really does help me get noticed in this crazy ass world of YouTube. The more thumbs up I get, the more people find my old crazy ass. I'm just gonna get right into it. So I met this girl. We are going to call her Kimmy. We're gonna call her Kimmy. Kimmy and I met because we had the same training class together, actually. She was ratchet as hell too, but she confronted me because I guess she had noticed me from somewhere, because we had a second training class when we were getting trained to do emails, like send out customer emails and stuff, because it's like you went from talking on the phone with people to doing customer emails, then doing like live chats, like, you know how if you guys want to like go on your bank account or something and you need help on Amazon or something like that, you guys can do a live chat with like a customer service agent. Then you did that, and then that's pretty much all you could do with customer service. So we were moving on up in the world, moving on up in the little world and getting email trained or whatever, and she had confronted me and she was like,
"You look so familiar. Do you know Libra and Brielle?"
And if you guys have not watched my other story times, you won't know who these people are, but if you do, you know, kudos, connecting those dots, but it's not really detrimental to the story. I was like, yeah, I know them. She's actually my roommate, or like no, she wasn't my roommate yet at that point. I was like, we're actually like best friends. And
oh my God, I went to middle school with them. Like, they're so cool, blah, blah, blah.
So once she found out we had a common friendship, or we had common friends, then that's when she was starting to be really nice to me or whatever. So instinctively I went back and I hit up Libra, because at the time me and Brielle were cool, but we didn't get like close until they were about to move in with me. But we still had our own relationship, but like I still considered Libra my best friend and Brielle was not my best friend. So I had hit up Libra and I was like, hey, do you remember this girl named Kimmy? She's like 6'9", she's a real big bitch, like she's got ratchet weave, and do you know who that is? And she was like,
oh my God, yes, like that was actually my bully.
And I'm like, what? Because Libra's a tall bitch, but she's probably reaching about like 90 pounds, like, but she's about like 6 foot. But so was Kimmy. Kimmy was a tall bitch too. So like I never really could imagine anybody like bullying her.
Yeah, like she used to bully everybody at our school. Like she was like a mega bully. And
I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, like so she's talked to you, like she wants to be friends with you. She called me her friend.
I'm like, yeah, she said you were her friend. You and Brielle were her friends, and that's how she started talking to me. I mean, shit, she's not bullying me, but it is what it is.
Oh, well, you need to watch out for her. And
I'm like, why? And she was like, because
I went to middle school with her, And she lied and said that she was pregnant in middle school. Like, she just loves drama. Like, she's just very drama out. She lives for the drama. Like,
and I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I doubt I'll even get that close to her for her to even, like, get me involved in any drama, because I was very standoffish. Like, I did not play. Like, everything around there was ratchet. I already seen people getting their ass beat and shit up in there at the desk. Like, I'm not trying to start no drama. I'm trying to collect my coin. It was like the most money I had ever made in my little young life, so I wasn't gonna jeopardize that over some high school drama, because call centers operate like high school, y'all. Like, they try to tell you that, oh, in the adult world, like when you're in high school, no, it's exactly like high school, okay? Like, exactly like high school. Like, adults behaving like teenagers. Push comes to shove, turns out she does actually end up sitting by me, because everybody who got trained in the email class was all gonna sit by each other. I had moved desks probably like 10 fucking times. Like, ew, my hands look weird when I did that. Ew. Ended up sitting by me, and she was just like,
yeah, you know, actually, I'm a few months pregnant.
And I was like, oh, okay, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm real pregnant or whatever, and you know, I got my baby daddy. And
her baby daddy was like 30 something, and she was only like 2 years older than me. And her baby daddy was like 30 something, and she's talking about how fine he is and how everything is just perfect, and they're bringing in their little bundle of joy into the world. But in the back of my head, I'm thinking about what Libra told me about how this girl has faked pregnancies. So I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe this is for real this time around. Because I mean, like, I'm sure in middle school, if you fake a pregnancy, obviously, like, somebody's getting a rape charge, somebody's going to jail, or if she fucked a little kid, somebody's getting some counseling. Like, but as adults, like, when you hit like 20, 21, 22, all the way until you're 25, that is when your body, like your biological body, yearns to be a mother. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but the majority of the people that I talk to and the majority of the women in my life have agreed with me, because when I started yearning kids, but I knew I wasn't ready for kids, I'm like, why does my body want me to have a child so damn bad, but I know I'm not ready? So I started talking to grown folks around me, and they're like, no, like, that is your anatomy wanting to bear a child. So I was like, maybe it's just, this is for real. Like, maybe this time this is for real, and she actually does have a baby. I don't even know her that well to even give a fuck. So I just let it be. And then she was a very tall girl and a heavy set girl, so she did have a belly, so she could have been pregnant. She would like look up things on Amazon, like, and actually buy baby cribs. Like, she bought baby cribs, she bought strollers, she bought little outfits, and like, she would show me like, Naja, look what I just bought, and it would be the checkout screen, like, this is your purchase, your order is on your way. Like, spending $400, $500 on shit for this baby. So I'm like, shit, maybe it is a real baby, because I'm not about to spend a stack on a baby that's not about to exist. Like, so everybody at my job was all like, oh my god, what, do you know if it's gonna be a boy or a girl? And she was like,
it's a girl.
And like, she would have people like feel on her stomach, like,
do you feel the baby? Do you feel the baby kicking?
And like, some people would even be like, yeah, I feel it. And I'm like, oh, okay, shit, maybe she is pregnant. I mean, it is what it is. Now, I had this one friend, and she was like my ride or die friend at this job, because like, she was hood, like, she was a hood ass bitch, but she kept her composure, because she's like me. Like, we came here to get our corn, we ain't come here to argue with nobody, we ain't come here to fight with nobody. Like, she was really cool. So me and her clicked, we just clicked instantly. Like, wherever you saw her, you saw me, wherever you saw me, you saw her. Like, we were in the same training class together, like, and we were such unlikely pair to be friends, but we just vibed on that level, because we weren't about that bullshit. We both had senses of humor. Like, it just worked, right? So, and then I'm gonna call her Ashley. So the thing about Ashley was that Ashley was very, very social. Like, she may have been hood, and some of y'all, if you were to see her, you might even call her ratchet. But it's like, she is such a socialite and such a people person, and because she's so about her money, she would talk to people 3 ladders above her and be cool with them. And it's like, she knew everybody's manager, she knew everybody's boss. She would go to lunch with other people's bosses. Like, she was just that infectious of a person. So she knew all the teas about everybody all the time. And she would always tell me because she knew that like I didn't walk around and run my mouth off. So I remember one day, what I call her, Kimmy, was bragging about the baby or talking about a baby shower or something like that, right? And Ashley looks over at me and she was like,
Naja, I don't think she's pregnant.
And I was like, really? And then like we kind of whispering it and I'm like, are you sure? Because I saw her buying like all this shit and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I talked to somebody that went to high school with her.
And I was like, really? Okay, what does that got to do with anything? Because I'm remembering Libra's story about what happened in middle school.
Yeah, they told me that when they were in high school with her, she lied about being pregnant and said that she had a miscarriage.
Huh, well, she said she had a miscarriage in middle school also.
Well, I don't know if she doesn't know about the female anatomy, but if you have a miscarriage when you're just going through puberty, that can fuck up your reproductive system. And then to have another miscarriage full term.
Because this is her thing. She would go like full, like damn near full term, like 6-7 months in with a lie, okay? So if you do that twice in your lifetime, it's going to be a really big chance that you're just naturally not going to be able to conceive children. That's not the case for everybody. I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm just saying the majority of the time, if you have a miscarriage when you're really, really young and that far along in a pregnancy, well, at that point, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, she might be lying, but like, why jump through all these hoops, you know? So there's this, okay, so in America, because I know some of you guys aren't American, we have a lot of consumerist holidays, one of them being Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And because I worked at a call center that sold merchandise, Cyber Monday was a mandatory day to work. It was mandatory, and you had to work a maximum of 10 hours on Cyber Monday. Like, it was mandatory because we knew we were gonna get an influx of customers needing help and blase blase, right? Or old people needing help placing orders or whatever, right? So it was mandatory, right? So we all noticed that Kimmy did not show up on Monday for Cyber Monday. And like Ratchet Corp was very, very cutthroat, turnover rate high as fuck. Like if you didn't show up for a mandatory day, you would get fired. Around the era where I quit, like this year, you would get 2 points, because I talked about that point system earlier. If you guys don't know what it is, maybe you can help each other out in the comments. But at my job, all you needed was 6 points to get fired, 4 points to get written up. So if you missed a mandatory day, you were getting 2 points off the rip. So basically, this bitch didn't show up for Cyber Monday, but back then, you were fired. If you were a temp agent, and she was, because she went through the same temp agency that I went through to work with Ratchet Corp. If you came in, if you didn't come in on a mandatory day, you were fired. Like, you were like, oh. Now, we had this supervisor at the time, I'm just gonna call him Bob, because he doesn't really come up that much. But Bob, the supervisor, was like super, super nice. Like, he was so nice. Like, he would bend the rules for you because he knew that as a temp worker, nobody really gave a fuck about you. And he would bend the rules for you. Like, when my friend got murdered, I didn't want to be at fucking work. But I knew that because I was a temp agent, I couldn't go up to them and be like, look, you see this guy on the news like this? I've known him since I was in fucking middle school and he just got fucking murdered in cold blood. Like, I don't want to fucking be here. They would be like, so sad, too bad, bitch. Do you want a job? But no, Bob saw him that I was upset. He pulled me aside and he was like,
dude, you can go home. Like, I'll write this shit off for you. You could go home, right?
And I really appreciated that. He did a lot of stuff like that for me. Like, he even got me into the department that I had excelled in for a year or two. I think it was about like 2 years. Like, Bob is a really good person. Now, what's fucked up is that Kimmy took advantage of that. Kimmy called Bob and told him that she was going into labor. She could not be at work. She knew it was mandatory, but she could not do it. She was having her baby. Her baby was coming. She was at the hospital. And Bob was totally understanding. He was like,
okay, no pressure. Like, I could work something out with HR for you. Like, blah, 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 blah.
Right? And he even told us, he was like, yeah,
Kimmy's going into labor. Kimmy's going into labor.
And like all the little ratchet bugaboos that believed her, because there weren't that many anymore. It kind of dwindled down a little bit because like, things weren't really adding up. Like, she really wasn't a good liar. Like, things were not adding up. So she did have some people hop off her bugaboo bandwagon, but she did have some bugaboos that really thought she was still pregnant. But some people did know her from high school, and apparently she faked a pregnancy in high school or said she had a miscarriage in high school. Cyber Monday's over, and now it's Tuesday, right? Kimmy's scheduled to work. Kimmy comes into work, because she's a tall bitch, right? But she came into work with like stiletto heels, jean pants, like these tight ass jean pants, and walked up in the thing or whatever, and like all eyes were on her. Like, you could just tell she was just like basking in the attention. Like, you could just tell. And she sat down, and oh, I forgot to mention, there was this older woman that sat next to me, and Ashley. Yeah, that's what I called her earlier. There was an older woman that sat next to me, and Ashley. She was very humble. She was very sweet, and I just got along a lot with her. She wasn't like older. She was probably like in her 30s or so. And we're just gonna call her Rachel. So Rachel's looking at Kimmy walk down the aisle, go to her desk, and you know, and then like sit down. Everybody's looking at her. So Rachel, oh, and by the way, Rachel did not like Kimmy. Rachel didn't like Kimmy. She knew that Kimmy was lying. She just didn't fuck with Kimmy. Rachel is a Sagittarius. Like, she's very like, look,
I just don't fuck with that bitch. I'm not about to pretend to fuck with her. Like, she's doing her, I'm doing me. Like, it is what it is. She got
pictures of her kids on her desk. That's all she would look at. Like, look, I am not about to, like, that's the people that I would fuck with. Like, people with a sense of humor, but at the same time, I'm not about to goof off with you all day. This ain't school. We making money. One of the little bugaboos is like, oh my God, Kimmy, like, do you have any pictures of the baby? Do you have any pictures of the baby? And then, like, another girl, like, hit her on the shoulder, like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, and Kimmy's whole demeanor was like,
I posted it on Facebook what happened.
And the girl that was hitting her like, bitch, what the fuck? She kind of was like, ah, damn. And I'm like, what is going on? So the girl was like, oh, well, Kimmy, what happened? Girl, you know I don't got you on Facebook. What happened?
Lost the baby. I had a miscarriage yesterday.
And when I tell y'all, Rachel's neck creaked around like it was paining her to look back at that bitch when that came out her mouth. They were like, oh my God, Kimmy, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, are you taking this well?
Yeah, it sucks, but I mean, I'm gonna get through it. We're just gonna try again. It's no big deal, like blah, 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 blah.
Right? I look over at Rachel, she's physically shaking. Like, she is shaking, like she is pissed. And Kimmy looks over at Rachel talking about,
what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Like, I'm going through it right now, and you over here side-eyeing me and cutting your eyes at me.
And Rachel was like,
bitch, I need some fucking air. I can't even fucking look at your lying ass.
And I'm like, and then some other bugaboos in the back looking like, because nobody was gonna say it, so she said it. Because I've never had children, so I didn't know this, but I'm gonna get to it. So naturally, I go and I follow Rachel. And I ran, cause she ran outside, and I went outside with her. I'm like, what's going on? What's up? Like, I know that she's on that shit, but like, what, are you okay?
Oh, because that shit is not a joke. Like, it's not funny. It's not cute to get attention to do that.
And she basically told me how her husband had left her because she lost her child. And she had a miscarriage. And she said it's not funny for people to be trying to get all this attention and do all this Facebook shit and blah, 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 blah. And she said realistically, and this is the part where I said I didn't know because I never had children, but she was like, realistically, when you have a miscarriage, you're going to be bedridden for some time, especially that far along in a pregnancy, because she was trying to say she was like 7-8 months, like just because she had a big ass belly, like because she was a big bitch. So she was like, realistically, you would be bedridden for some time. You would not be able to walk up in here with no fucking stilettos, and you definitely wouldn't be up in here with no tight ass jeans. Like, you wouldn't even be able to wear no leggings. You would need to be like sweatpants out or just butt ass naked in the hospital bed. And it just made me realize how like somebody being so like narcissistic and like wanting all that attention and faking a pregnancy and faking a miscarriage, how much that could really affect somebody that has really gone through those pains and those emotions and all of that shit. And that just made me lose all respect for Kimmy when I saw how hurt Rachel was. Like, she was crying, and we don't even know each other from a can of paint. We just sit next to each other. And she told me all of this shit. She was just like,
look, like, that shit's not fucking funny. Like, my husband left me because I had a miscarriage. Like, and my baby was real. Like,
and I just was like, you know, calm down. I went and I got her some water. And I was like, okay, we're about to go back to the desk. Just don't look at her. Just don't fucking look at her. And we went to the desk and we did the rest of our day. Sure enough, Kimmy was fired, okay? She was about to be fired, but she wanted to be slick and put in her 2 weeks and go somewhere else. But, like, to be honest, Bob felt really taken advantage of by Kimmy. And he had every right to be feeling that way because she did take advantage of him. And everybody was sick of her shit. Everybody was sick of her lying about shit. She would lie about the stupidest shit. Like, she was a pathological, narcissistic liar. Okay? Like, it was crazy. And it just made me think. Because she was like,
yeah, girl, I'm about to get a new job. I'm about to get a new job.
Because, like, she would always talk to me. And I would just be ignoring her. Like, she would just talk to me. And I was just like, oh, for real, girl? Okay. That's cute. Like, I would just be ignoring the fuck out of her because, like, the way that she made, I'm an empath. So the way that she made Rachel feel, I felt like I had lost a child or some shit and she had tried me. So, like, I just didn't want to fuck with her. So,
girl, I'm about to get this new job. You know, I just got approved for this new job. And I'm just like,
And to be honest, the job where she was going is a job where a lot of ratchet bitches in Jacksonville go and they only keep the job for maybe, like, a few months. Like, bitch. So, yeah, she fucking left and we just never heard from her again, and that was just a mess. She was just a mess. And yeah, that was the time this girl at my job faked a whole pregnancy, tried to set up a baby shower and all, and it was a mess. If you guys like these call center story times, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Again, give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
The truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off.